Hi, welcome to these organic devotions, a weekly series of reflections growing out of life here on the farmstead and life lived in pursuit of reverence and wonder and awe. Thanks for being a part of the conversation. This is the 11th week in the season of ordinary time, that seemingly endless period in the church's peculiar way of organizing time that stretches all through the summer and indeed through the autumn, in which we're encouraged as children of God to find our way in the everydayness of life, mowing the yard, paying the bills, and these days trying to keep up with the garden. There's been no slowdown in the need for weeding, but now the harvest is underway with its burdensome blessing. Pounds of tomatoes, bowls of berries, baskets of onions and peppers and beets and greens, and then once brought in each day, the monumental responsibility of doing something with it all so that none of it goes to waste. In our case, that means drying, cooking and freezing and canning with its multiple steps of sterilizing and sealing and boiling. It can be a lot, and if you aren't careful, you can lose yourself in the busyness. In her rich little devotional book called A Mystic Garden, Gunilla Norris observes how so often I find myself turning into a garden robot with the start button on. Dig, weed, prune, till, snip. I turn snippy. I crash. I have allowed tasks to overwhelm me. I've lost all sense of leisure. When we let our survival mind take over, we lose both what centers all work and what makes it sacred. I understand what she's talking about, whether the work is parenting or managing, gardening, or simply living. It's easy to get so lost in the neediness of the tasks at hand that we cease to notice the wonder of what we're doing, the marvel of the moment, the image of God in the child, or the succulence of this tomato, the sweetness of this berry, and how grateful we will be come January that we found some way to preserve it. The psalmist, once upon a time, declared, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." And be present to the simplest of its nuances, I might be so bold to add. Joy and gladness and the blessed fruit of paying attention even when the tomatoes need picking. I would value hearing how you are noticing the simplest things in these ordinary days. You can email me at organicdevotions@gmail.com. And until next week, rejoice and be glad. Bye-bye.